This is, shoot, I can't think of the name of the road up here, but it goes over the Saginaw River by Ojibwe Island. And what they put in here as part of the base of this, when they constructed it, was limestone slabs, limestone native to Michigan here. And there are a lot of fossil formations in this limestone. Primarily coral. There are concretions like the Native Americans would have picked up to process into stone tools. And I picked up some very nice corals here today, which I'll show you a little bit later on. When I get back home and I lay them out. But these are really big limestone slabs. And I'm thinking they probably either came in from Alpena or over in the Thumb area. Now see here, you can see some large concretions. There's one there, another one over here, and a smallish one right there. But again, the Indians picked these up and used them for raw material to make various arrowheads, spear points, and what have you out of them. These pieces were cemented in here, but over the years they've begun exfoliating really, really badly, so that it's easy to pick up specimens here. And I'll show you again when I get back home. I'll lay out the coral specimens and I'll show you some really awesome ones that I picked up here. So I'm on the trail, the bike path that goes through Ojibwe Island here, and I showed you this before, but you'll probably see a lot more of it this summer as I come down here and do some hunting for natural history items. Anyways, neat spot. If I go to the other side of the bridge too, I didn't check that out yet today. Actually, I forgot. I almost didn't. There is also, you know, I would assume more, excuse me, fossils, excuse me, in the limestone that they brought in over here too. Gosh, excuse me, wow, is that ever loud underneath the bridge? An echo belch. Sorry about that, friends. Anyways, here's the other side of the bridge. And these limestone slabs look bigger than the ones on the other side. And you know, it doesn't look as badly exfoliated as it does on the other side, but it still is, you know. There's a little coral. I don't see as many fossils on this side either, oddly. You'd think there'd be about the same amount. Whoa, almost took a tumble there. But anyways, I'll get back with you when I get back home, or if I find something else interesting along the way. I've spent a lot of time over here on the island, over the last couple of years especially. I don't remember seeing this before. I mean, of course it was here. Gil told me that there was a lumber mill here at one time. It's possible, I suppose, that they maybe come, but then over here too, in this brush pile, it looks like there's some old cement, perhaps footings, if you will. Where'd they go? Oh, maybe, yeah, back in there. Take a look at them and see what it might be. And they are old footings. But I'll be damned. That's not concrete. That's not poured concrete. that is again limestone. This was brought in a lot longer ago than that stuff over by the bridge. Notice the lichen growing on it. This was probably brought in, undoubtedly, during the lumbering times. Foundations for something. I know not what. But again, now this piece is cement, this rounded piece, but this other stuff is not. This other stuff is limestone. You see the clawing marks on it where it was machined to get it out of the ground or to break it away from its host rock. Very interesting. And that's only a stone's throw from the riverbank, which we're going to investigate over here a little bit more. And it's an interesting area. It's a very historic area because Ojibwe Island, it is an island, and Ojibwa, of course, is an Indian name, and it was well used by the Native Americans for a very long time. Back there in the trees and brush, there's another piece of that limestone, a large piece back in there. Let's stop and see it. See, it's right there, but there's more than one. There's a whole bunch of them there. A whole bunch of pieces right there. I'm just going to take a look. Yeah, see right here. This is all cut limestone, green with lichen. Very cool. And as you can see, we're right by the river, Saginaw River, and excuse me. Walking along, and I just spotted this. It's a piece of metal that has a rod in it. But when you look at this part of it, sorry, got the camera, folks. When you look at this part of it, it looks like an animal's head. Reminds me a little bit of Charlie's head. So I'm going to take this home with me and see if I can't clean it up and see what it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll be back with you if I see anything else really in. Walking along, and I just spotted this. It's a piece of metal that has a rod in it. But when you look at this part of it, sorry, got the camera, folks. When you look at this part of it, it looks like an animal's head. Reminds me a little bit of Charlie's head. So I'm going to take this home with me and see if I can't clean it up and see what it is. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'll be back with you if I see anything else really in. Okay, I'm headed out of the park already because my shoulder's hurting so damn bad right now. I can hardly stand it. I'll get home and take a couple Percocets. I know I've probably shown you this scene many times before, but it never gets tiring to me. You see the big boulder there in the center that we're coming up on? But that marks the place, the spot where the first mass or religious ceremony, Christian, if you will, that was held on the river. Get up close to it, we can see the dates on it. Yeah, dedicated to the memory of Henry Nobel S.J., first white man in the Saginaw Valley, offered mass on the banks of this river December 3rd, 1635. And it would have probably been for the Native Americans too. There weren't that many Europeans living here at that time. An interesting and very historic spot though.